Hello and welcome to episode 125 of Jobless Weebs. My name is Marco, the big one Mexican, and with me today.
Yep, I'm Brian.
It's good to see you again, Brian. How was your week?
Yeah, it was a pretty good week, I think. I stayed in bed a lot, like sleeping in a lot,
Oh.
so it was pretty okay.
Did you have days off?
Yes, yeah,
You
I have.
mentioned, right? You
I
had
have a few days off. I worked like 3 days this week, so yeah, it's pretty nice. So I'm just relaxing most of the time. Went to the dentist, so just some small things here and there.
Adults.
Yeah, adult stuff. Yeah, that's right. Boring stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it was a pretty good week. Been reading a little bit. What about your week?
It was a rough week. Still working on that application for going back to school.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It was tiring. At work, it was big hectic and do this and that. And I think it was better than last week though.
Okay, that's good.
And
that's good.
I think I made a bit more progress. But we're still good. And it was working on the Beat Saber stuff that I like it, but at the same time, it's like a part of me feels like I have to post videos like first than other creators, because like I feel like we're at the disadvantage where it's like you can see like that big bro Mexican dude or that other white guy or an anime girl.
Right.
And it's
so
like,
it's like, what are you gonna choose? Yeah, we all know.
Of course, it's like,
of course, no contest. Yeah.
I mean,
but having
it's
an
still
edge.
fun. It's still fun to do the maps and I still take pride on the fact that we're probably the only creators who play the most anime openings and endings.
There you go. Consistently too.
Yeah. So it's like even like
do
a lot of those animes, they're not that, I would say, popular among kind of like the general anime fan base. But I mean, we're still the ones who play the most. And why?
Yeah.
Because I do the maps. It's
right.
Most of the other mappers, I would say like probably a good 40% of mappers also have their own YouTube channel, or maybe they also have like a cute anime girl on top of the fact that they make the maps. But a good percentage of them, they only play their maps. And out of the ones that don't make their maps, they only rely on the maps that are on the page. And they don't pick my maps because my maps have a thing that says kind of like that it was made with a bot, which I use an AI as a tool, and a part of it is like, I mean, you like, it's your loss.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, because it's still that creative process.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
For you.
I think it is. Yeah. It is stuff that you shouldn't use an AI for mapping because it kills the creativity, and it's like, at least from my point of view, I think that it just gives me the power to be creative, because I have no idea. Like, I am musically challenged, so like having that telling me like, you can put this here, and at the end of the day, I end up erasing a lot of blocks and putting a lot of myself, which is kind of like precision mapping, where I'm like, I think I can put one here, which among the real mappers, that's also a big no. So, but anyways, I mean, I haven't been told openly, unless I ask. They're like, no, you're doing bad, you shouldn't do that. And but other than that, it's like, I mean, I'm saving money, saving time, so
and we're doing a lot of songs, which I love.
And those are songs that I really like. And if you had the opportunity to watch some of the ones that were released today, it's like they're so good.
Mhm.
So, anyways, the anime that we're gonna talk about today,
Yes.
we've mentioned it like a little bit, like multiple times,
Oh yes.
because there have
yes.
been other animes, especially when we're talking about like the new animes, because this genre it's new as far as isekai goes.
Yeah, relatively new. It's like a niche little bit of the anime fandom. This particular one, I love it.
I think that like
I'm
so
a
far
fan of
in
this one, for
animes,
sure.
I think this is my favorite.
Oh yes, yeah.
And so the anime is called My Next Life as a Villainess, Our Roots Lead to Doom.
Yeah.
And there's no way that I'm gonna try to pronounce the Japanese one.
Right, yeah. It's pretty long. But yeah. I remember this coming out and I was drawn to this.
Yeah, this one came out on 2020.
Yeah. What a terrible year. But this one was good. Yes. Despite everything that happened in 2020. Katarina, 2 thumbs up. She's so funny.
The Queen of Harems.
Exactly.
Like I've been trying to think of a character that has been able to have
right, like a regular,
both genders attracted to
both types of
to the main character, which is her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like no, like you can mention a lot of harem style animes, not necessarily isekais, but it's like you will not find them. Like the cliche recipe is always like, oh yeah, you have this wimpy kid that is not wimpy at all. It's like super
OP,
super powerful, and for some reason there are like girls of each race and age group that want to beep him.
Right, yeah.
and with this one, the one of the things that I liked a lot, it was that it was a comedic style.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be kind of like more of like a romantic style. Because it's based on an otome game, which is, a romantic game for mostly female audiences.
Female audiences, yeah. To romance and basically do the whole like dating sim with capturable targets. Yeah.
And oh boy, yeah. Let's just right into it and make a few comments, because boy, this is one heck of a ride. The anime starts actually with episode almost at the end of episode 3.
Yes.
Because we see a carriage, and we see a series of shots where there's a girl saying like, yeah, this is it, this is the academy where I'm gonna be doomed, but I'm not gonna let it. And I think that the voice actress, it's perfect. It's Maya Uchida, voice of Shadow.
Okay.
And also voice of, like, for more recent animes, she's the voice of Tenka from Chain Soldier. Maya Uchida is just perfect, because it's just like you can just hear like a little slightly grown up version of Shadow.
Oh yes.
This one, I don't know if this was the first light novel, because it comes from a light novel. If it was the first light novel from the point of view of the Villanes, but at least it was the first one to get an anime.
Yes, yeah. It really did kickstart a lot more like it to have anime.
Oh yeah. And even this season we have
the Villanes level 99 one. Yep. I really like that one. It has a cutesy romance. But yeah. A few that are similar to that type of idea.
And well, it's just Maya Uchida or like Katarina Claes, and like I'm like, this is a place where I made my doom, but I'm not gonna let it. And then we go back in time.
Yeah.
When she was a little kid, a brat.
Yep. And we see the story unfold from this point, which I kind of like how they they show her childhood a little bit more than some other anime.
Yeah,
This
that was
one-
the first 3 episodes, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, first 3 episodes is just her as a kid going around and like being a brat, but then she trips, hits her forehead, like her head, smack onto the sidewalk, and she's dazed. She's like out of it, but in this sort of daze, she kind of remembers her previous life, which is the Japanese girl, um, and so she was remembering like, oh, she played a game. Oh, like it's this and that, a few characters and stuff like that, and she finds out that this is the Otama game
that she
that she
used to
played.
play, like Fortune Lover.
Yes, Fortune
Yeah,
Lover.
the game Fortune Lover. And
Yeah.
like she kind of like snaps out of the days and she's
Uh-huh.
like, wait, I died when I was 17. And then
Yep.
she like loses
Yeah, she.
consciousness again.
Uh-huh.
And,
So
you
great.
know, like this is one of the things from like the villainous genres
Uh-huh.
that a lot of them have implemented, where it's it's the bad guy or the bad
Yeah.
girl, I guess,
Oh yeah.
and she's doing everything on her hands to make life hard for the heroine.
Yeah.
And in this case, we had a good natured person going inside the body of like a
This
terrible
brat.
person,
Uh-huh.
and then she's like, oh, I know what's happening. No, I should do something to avoid that, because she starts remembering how the game goes.
Yep.
Like all the endings, and a lot of them is like, well, I will either be killed or be exiled.
Uh-huh.
And that's the good or bad ending for the heroine. So it's like, regardless, it's bad for me.
Yep.
It's like, so I shouldn't do anything that triggers flags.
Triggers flags. That's right. The red flags, or like the doom flags. So funny, because this is basically her figuring out like what's gonna trigger the flags and then how she'll avoid it. Oh, she's so funny when she's like going through the things, but she meets a couple of the capturable targets
Yeah.
early on, like the prince
And the Council of Katarinas.
Oh yes, yeah, that starts really soon, really really fast. That's a funny thing. It's like little mini Katarinas in a little
Chairman Katarina.
Yep. Studious
Katarina, happy Katarina.
timid,
and fearless, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And they're like a little court.
Yeah, it's like a round table, and they're just like, okay, let's plan on this. And on the first chapters, like we don't have to dive a lot into it, because you have to watch it. If you haven't watched, you have to watch it.
That's right. It's mostly
in the first chapters. We're introduced to the third prince.
Yep, third prince.
Giorno Stewart.
Yeah,
and also
and
to Keith Claes.
Yeah,
which is his kind of like his adopted little brother.
Oh yes, yeah, Katarina's adopted
it's from
brother.
Kind of like a branch family of the Claes family.
That's right.
And
then,
because she fell and hit her head, the Prince Stewart was like, oh, I'll take responsibility and I'll take you for my wife. And she's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then how she's like, oh, congratulations. On what? You're getting married, like you have a fiance. And she's like, I've done it now. It's like
she's done it. Yeah, her reactions are top notch.
Yeah, the second character that he meets, Keith, he's really has really powerful earth magic, unlike her that she
just does little earth
bumps.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith can do like dolls. huge earth dolls. And then we also have Alan, the twin brother of the prince, who's more like a gray-haired type of character, and more of a straight man, I guess you could say, in the comic side of things.
Yeah, we have Alan's fiance, Mary.
Oh gosh,
She's so thirsty.
dude, yeah. Yep, Mary.
And we're also introduced to Sofia.
Yeah.
And
Nicole.
Nicole.
Or Nicole. Yeah, Nicole and Sofia.
Yeah, Nicole is a dude. Katarina's objective is to avoid all these possible routes in which she would end up, in a bad spot.
Yeah.
For example, in order for her, kind of like as a countermeasure in case of she was exiled or about to be killed, she decides to start practicing swordsmanship, which she sucks at.
Yep.
And also she was like, oh, I'm gonna cultivate my magic a little more. How can I communicate with the earth?
With the earth.
I'm gonna start a farm. It's like,
great idea.
And her mom fainting from seeing her on.
Oh yes, she always freaks out because Katarina, after the incident with falling down, hitting her head, she's like totally different now, almost like a whole personality change. But yeah, her mom always freaks out with everything she does. So she does farming, and then later on, she finds out the prince's weakness is to snakes.
Oh yeah.
So what does she do? She practices throwing a toy
snakes that she tells one of the farmer or the gardeners to make.
Yep.
She that's her strategy with Prince Giorno, and she's like, hey, Prince Giorno is like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's like nothing happened. You can break up the engagement now. And Prince Giorno, like, no. Prince Giorno is also pretty thirsty.
Yes.
but he doesn't do anything.
Right.
His little brother, he has some trauma.
Yeah.
Because he injured some of his actual brothers.
Oh yes, yeah.
With his magic.
Yeah.
And so he decides to seclude himself after something happens with Katarina. And freaking Katarina is like, if you were in front of the door, please step away. And she's like, here's Johnny.
No. Yeah.
Like with a freaking battle axe, just like breaking the door.
Where she got it, I have no idea.
How is she able to carry it? I have no idea either.
Seriously, yeah. So apparently she's like really strong.
I don't know. Farming,
really weird.
Farming. I've met a few farmers and they're pretty strong. They're pretty sturdy. So
there you go.
It was probably the farm. And during these three first episodes, we're introduced to all of the supporting characters, aka the targets, plus
plus all the other like side type of characters.
And the fact is that she just decided to speed run the game during her childhood.
Oh yes,
because she was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be friends with them.
Yeah,
and, she's trying to unlock the friendship route, and she's not unlocking that route.
Right. She's basically like winning their hearts over. But like Keith, every character she meets as a child, she basically captures their hearts like right away. But the thing is, she doesn't realize. So funny. She's one of the
because what was Alan's? Alan's was his inferiority complex, right?
Yes, his inferior.
And he ends up telling him like, hey, you know what? Yeah, your brother has some stuff he's not good at.
Yeah, she says
stuff that you're not good at. I have stuff I'm not good at, but I have stuff that I'm good at, and the same with you. And you know, and that was supposed to be fixed way later in the game.
Right, yeah, way later. And but for him, it's like that was everything to him. With the tree climbing, climbing the trees. She's a monkey, and she even says she was called Wild Monkey. So yeah, so she goes to the school with all these people who are already very much like in her corner, who are pretty much infatuated with her. The people she meets at school at the academy is the main heroine, Maria.
Maria Campbell.
Yep.
Like the soup.
Maria Campbell. Yeah, oh, I know, right? Yeah, Campbell. The soup. And then a couple of other side characters, but not as important.
Probably one of the most important side characters.
Yeah.
It's the student council.
That's
president.
right.
Sirius? What's his name?
Uh-huh. That's right. And he's a redhead guy. But yeah, she's in the academy. She knows some of the events that go on, but strangely enough, she's the one who triggers the flags. She takes all the routes.
And you know, like she's freaking out because we have Yorno and we have Keith, and they're like, oh yeah, I met this commoner. She's a light magic user. And she's like, oh no, it has begun. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Like, this is bad. What am I gonna do? And he just starts like telling Keith, like, you know what? If you like someone, like if you fell in love with her, I'm okay. I'm gonna support you. And Keith is like, and you know, even Katarina's made it like, please leave him. He's already dead.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, you know, it is until Katarina actually saves Maria. It was during a time that she was being bullied.
Yeah.
That she was like, hey, what are you guys doing here? Like, what are you doing? And Maria is like, oh, nice, thank you so much. And they start kind of like they're acquaintances at that point.
Yes.
Because Maria is still kind of like being a little distant.
Yeah.
Kind of like outside of the student council room and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then they actually become friends when Katarina again saves her from some other bullies.
That's right. Which is also what Katarina was supposed to be the one who bullies
she was supposed to be the bully.
There's another thing,
and you know, one of the other captured targets was supposed to be the knight in shining armor, and she was like, hey,
she's the knight in shining armor. Oh wow, yeah, hilarious. It's so good.
I don't remember which episode was it, but I think it was episode 5, I believe, 4 or 5, where they're kind of like at a dinner for school. And she's like, hey, Maria, like, so do you like someone from here? And Maria, like, just take a look at this. Maria was like, I'm very fond of you, Katarina. And, you know, Sofia is like, I'm also very fond of you. And Mary was like, I'm also very fond of you. And, you know, she was confessed by 3 girls.
All the girls.
And she's like, thank you so much. I wasn't talking about that, but thank you. And it's like,
she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it at all. Yeah. Hilarious.
Or how every time that Yorno is trying to get alone time with Katarina, Keith is like, where do you go? Like, Keith, I'm just trying to have some alone time with my fiance. Yeah. Not happening. Yeah. You know, she's a girl. and Katarina is like, oh, they're such good friends.
Right. That's all she sees. Oh my gosh.
During, I believe this was around episode 6 again. Mm-hmm. Even Katarina, like, fixes up, Maria's past.
Ah, yes.
Because
Yes,
like
that's right.
Maria has some kind of like rough childhood because she was a magic
Yeah.
user and apparently commoners cannot use it.
Yeah. And so the idea was that since she's such a strong light magic user, then she must be an illegitimate child from a noble or some such. So yeah, yeah, her mom had a little bit of animosity towards her, um, and it's like she gets this solved from Katarina's help when they were visiting, and oh yeah, it yes, I think that was around 6 or 7, episode 6 or 7.
Even the maid.
Yeah, and it even made, yeah, and
The maid
because
that she was like, oh
she
yeah,
was
Katarina was a
definitely
brat, but
illegitimate.
then she was
Uh-huh.
weird after she fell, and
Yeah. And
she's
now she's my everything. I'd go anywhere to
it is
like
like
be with her.
like okay,
Dude.
let's see the body count because it's like
Oh yeah.
2 princes, like his brother, which
Oh, her
that's
brother. Yeah, yeah. Her
her
adopted
brother,
right?
Nicole,
Yep.
Sophia,
Nicole,
which
Sophia.
Sophia is she would be also happy if Katerina ends up with Nicole,
Oh yeah,
but
that's
still
right. Yeah,
fine.
they also had a little
Yeah,
like sister complex from Nicole too. So,
yeah.
but yeah, and then you have
Mary,
did we?
Maria,
Oh yes,
the maid,
Maria, the maid,
8.
and the oh my gosh.
And we're
Yeah.
just in season 1, which we're gonna cover only season
Right.
1.
Just season 1. Yes.
Going out a little further in the story,
Yeah.
the anime covers, I believe, their first 2 years
Mm-hmm.
of the Magic Academy.
Mm-hmm.
And during this time, there's a problem that
Yeah.
arises, and and it was hard to notice it at first,
Oh really?
but this, I guess this is like the fourth time that I'm watching it.
Was it the black magic
Yeah.
like appearing? Yes, yes, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that
It's
black
so
magic
subtle.
appearing,
It's so subtle.
it started before, during one of the dances, actually.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was
'Cause
this
the
time where
dark
Katarina starts
users-
talking with the president. He's like, "Hey,
Mhm.
president, do you like someone? Are you interested in someone?" And the president is like,
right.
"No, I don't have interested. I'm not interested." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll be going." And then from that moment, you start seeing some black, kind of like mist.
Yeah, the dark mist. Yeah, yeah.
But it is not until
Okay.
way later that
Yeah.
that you start to see it like more and more. Like for example, when it was kind of like the end of the year test,
The
practical
test.
test,
Mm,
that she gets lost.
Uh-huh.
She was about to be kind of like overpowered by some black mist.
Yep.
She was even saved by that black mist,
Ah.
like with some like whirlwind when she was about to fall. Remember?
Okay.
Because I believe she was not saved
Yes.
by Nicole back then. She was saved by
Uh-huh.
the black
By
mist,
that. Yeah. Okay.
or whomever
Okay.
was wielding it.
I see. I see.
And so, we come to a part where there's finally like a problem for Katarina,
Mm-hmm.
because it is, I think that's around episode 9 or 10,
Yeah, just around.
when Katarina is being blamed because she's been bullying Maria.
Which is supposed to happen.
And
But
that part was super funny because like, yeah, she has been bullying. She's like, no, this is it. Like, wait, I haven't done that. I don't think so. Have I?
Right, yeah, because all this time she's always thinking, I have to avoid the flags. I have to avoid setting up the doom flags for myself. But yeah, now someone, a group of girls are accusing her, and they're really adamant. They think they have like proof, concrete evidence. They like, even try to show the prince.
Yeah, they
But
have
then-
like a thesis.
Yeah,
of, like these are the
literally,
things that she has done.
everything she's done.
And she's like, no,
everybody
no,
comes
what's
to
this?
her
Like
defense.
she's freaking out, and
Mhm.
everyone starts reading it. It's like,
Right? Oh, she couldn't have done this because she's too simple-minded.
yeah, like she's too stupid to do these complicated things. It's like, yeah, that's right. She's not smart
right.
enough to do that. I
Everybody
concur with
chimes in.
that.
Like,
Yeah, she's an idiot. And Katarina is like, please don't help me.
right? She's like,
You're like, I
feel like you're
appreciate your
helping me."
help, but don't.
Yeah, so great.
And it's like, yeah, she doesn't have the smarts to do these complicated plans. And it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, because for the last 8 years, she has been concocting like her plans to avoid precisely this.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh gosh.
but that problem
Oh
is
yes.
solved,
Yes.
kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Because later on, the prince finds out these girls like don't really know what came over them, type of thing. They feel like this blame that they were putting on Katarina, they weren't like really they weren't like feeling like they were themselves, basically. Turns out that the dark mists were like going around them too, so they think, somebody must have been using the dark magic.
Yeah, and that dark magic, at least in this world, is not part of kind of like the natural order.
Aha.
It's more like of like a taboo.
Yeah, taboo. Yep.
And Maria has some kind of like affinity towards it because it's the opposite of light. So
Yeah.
Maria goes missing.
Yep. Oh gosh.
For days.
Yeah.
And they're like looking for her,
Mhm.
and nothing, like not any news.
Mhm.
And then excuse me, Katarina,
Yes.
she's like trying to think like, I remember, because she has all her memories, or like at least some flashbacks from when she was
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I remember my friend Nachan saying me about like one enemy, like one of the secret capture targets.
Yeah.
And
The
it's like,
secret route.
who was it? And she somehow discovers who was it.
Mm-hmm.
And she is also put to sleep.
Yep. She kind of falls into the trap. Say, even though she knew she should have known it was coming, but she's very trusting. She's a very like trusting person. So yep, yeah, she gets caught.
I mean, she's very innocent, so
she is. Yeah, she's very innocent. Yeah, turns out that the class president, he was involved with capturing Maria and all the other stuff against Katarina, and boy, poor guy. We see a lot of like this is the climax with the problem that she's been having with like people accusing her. Apparently he's behind it all. Sirius.
She was just put to sleep, and she's just there like a sleeping beauty.
That's
and
right,
they cannot seem to find a way to wake her up.
Yeah.
And they don't know that the president is the culprit.
Right.
They just found her there, and now Maria is still gone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Sofia.
Yeah.
Sofia, in some early episodes, she has some dreams as if she is Nachan.
Yeah.
Like the friend of Katarina's previous life. And this part was interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was like Sofia she didn't have any memories like Katarina did.
Right.
But
She kind of has a dream, and then she has this feeling that she used to be this person. Or, well, not even that. More in the feelings. Yeah. That's right.
and Nachan, which is Sofia, or I don't know. I didn't quite
Or,
understand that part because I think that there
yeah,
were still two different people.
I think so.
Uh,
But somehow Achan's, I guess, like, feelings of trying to take care of uh
yeah, because
Katarina were like melding or
when
something.
Achan friend,
Yeah.
she was trucked goon, so
Right. Uh-huh.
and she was like, no, I if I'm reborn again, I want to be her friend again, and
Exactly.
there was no touching moment because at this Katerina was just
Yeah.
dreaming about her previous life, and everything
Yeah.
was good,
Uh-huh.
but she came to her senses,
Yeah.
and she woke up. She broke the dark magic,
Mm-hmm.
and she went to confront this dude.
Yep.
And on this part it's oh shit, it's pretty standard.
It
like
is. It was
like
pretty
yeah,
standard.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
more of like, yeah, I know where this is going, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Because they confront the
Right.
student council president. It turns out the student council president has been a puppet
Yep.
this entire time because, and this is kind of messed up,
Oh yes.
when
Because of how the
the
dark
student council
magic.
president was also a commoner,
Mm-hmm.
but he was, the illegitimate child of a noble. And it turns out that this noble, or like the wife of this noble, also had a child who died. So she was like, I'm going to take this child and use dark magic to bring my child back, which is like, okay, like,
we know how
messed
that
up
goes.
much.
Yep. To the point of the using dark magic to basically like implant the memories of her kid.
Yeah, her dead kid into the president. And then the dude that performed this ritual was killed.
Yeah, dude, it's
and also like in order for the ritual to happen, there needed to be another sacrifice. So this messed up noble was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the mom. It's like, whoa. It's like this show went from ha 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 to like, whoa.
It
like
sure
real
did.
fast.
Yeah.
But Katarina invoked the powers of the Queen of Harems, which gives her like 150% more in charisma.
Oh yes, yeah. So what does she do? She does the Katarina Takno Jutsu.
Which differs a little bit from the Naruto Takno Jutsu. With this jutsu, you actually like, it has an additional status effect, which makes everyone fall in love with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they defeat this dead dark magician,
who's like haunting the school president
because he wants revenge on the noble woman.
And
right. And kind of like from there, everything went good.
Yeah,
because the student council president, Sirius, he turns himself in. He tells like the truth, like this girl, this lady is not my mom, and she killed my mom, and she used dark magic, which is it's pretty frowned upon,
pretty taboo. And his name is Raphael, and that's the whole thing about like the secret route was him. So Katarina, she saves the day. She is another addition to her little harem. And then even Keith is like, oh, there's another one.
Also Mary.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, also Mary is like that too. Yeah, there's another one. So yeah, it's hilarious. Or at least like her relationship with everyone. This does resolve the first season. Of course, there's a second season, more to the story, but this was a really great, like, I would say, like, oh no, bad thing is happening, climax, and then they figure it out, and
Yeah, I think that the way it
yeah,
was presented the first season,
mhm,
they were not even thinking about a second season or OVAs
yeah,
because they just closed the anime. 12 episodes. It was like,
yeah,
yeah, everything's good.
that's right, that's
And
right.
Katarina avoided all the flags, and she's like, oh yeah, it is at the end of the school year that
Mhm.
Maria makes the declaration on the capture
Ah,
target,
yeah,
and and she's like,
right.
why
So
is
she's
why is
expecting it
the capture, like the romantic capture target dialogue
mm,
said by Maria, why is she saying that to me?
to me. Yeah, yeah. So great, so great. She still doesn't realize. So
I
funny.
mean, because she's so innocent.
Yes.
When they're having their pajama party,
Oh yes.
how she's
Yeah.
like, so what type of person would you like? And Mary is like, oh well, I would like someone to bake together, and everyone is like, okay, you
Right.
thirsty girl, like
Right.
chill a little bit. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, to comb her hair together, to wear the same dresses, and Katerina is
Yeah.
like,
She's like, wait, no. I mean,
wait,
like
it's
a
not
boy.
it's not a man. A man cannot wear a dress. Oh, it has to be a man. I don't like men.
Right.
I enjoy more
Katarina
my
is
time with
like,
you, Katerina. And she's like,
uh-huh.
huh? And you're like, seriously? Like this is
Seriously,
like the
Katarina?
third time that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Oh yes.
it's a fun dynamic because
Yeah. It
because
is.
it's not
It is.
exactly like a romantic on, I guess, either side of the
True.
gender kind of
True.
attraction.
Yeah. It's more of the comedic side of things. Yeah. It's true. It's true.
So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
All the characters are fun,
Yeah.
and after that there are more characters because apparently it was like, oh yeah, the villainess
Right.
is back because there's kind of like a second game, but that's for another time.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think that in itself, just like that anime, I think it was great. Like I haven't read the light novel, and
Yeah.
I don't think that the manga it's that it has as much as the anime.
Yeah.
So like, if you really want to know the complete story, we recommend going to the light novel,
light novel,
which
sure.
sometimes what I've noticed is that light novels tend to differ a lot from the anime.
Yeah. I've seen that.
A lot of times manga doesn't differ a lot from anime, or I guess anime doesn't differ a lot from the manga.
Oh yes. Yeah. Usually that way. Right,
But
right.
what I've
But
noticed
it could
lately
be
in a few
adapted
ones is
pretty
that
differently.
the adaptation from the light novel to the anime sometimes tends to be really different.
For sure.
But it's still good nonetheless. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's one of my
it's so
favorite
good.
villainous animes.
Yes.
That
yes.
and the one that I talked about like a few weeks ago about
Oh.
the old man that it's the villainess.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
the dude is all proper, and his actual goal is actually to be the bad guy, which he fails like with flying colors, or I would say miserably.
Miserably. Oh yeah.
Because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
also
Miserably.
a family man, and he
okay.
sees everyone as their children, and he's like, yeah, no, you can do better. And he's like, wait, should a bad guy be saying that? Oh well.
Oh well.
But yeah, in this one,
Yeah.
I thought it was fresh.
Yeah.
The fact that
it's
it was this bad person turn into a good person, and let alone a really innocent person.
And we get to see very funny interactions with the capture targets, plus more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very fun. Yeah. I really enjoyed this one.
But, oh yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry for the short one because we have to record on some
Oh yes,
Saber
from
ones
Beat
and,
Saber.
you know,
yeah.
we're no
We
longer
have
at
quite
that
a
age
lot.
where we can just record and that's it. No,
Right.
like we have to stretch like old people. And,
Yeah. We have to get ready and all. Yep.
But oh boy, yeah, I hope you liked it.
Mhm.
We'll see you next time for a new episode.
Yeah. Not today.
Yep, keep watching anime.